Here we go. Okay, it's actually going now. Crazy. Oh, I just loaded a video on Rumble, so that's not gonna work. I was wondering if that would work. It did not work. Huh. Well, I tried to deviate the way I normally do it. Oh. It like stopped itself. That's crazy. Interesting. Alright, well there it goes. Now it's working. Interesting. So I tried to change up the way I did it to save some time, and apparently the way I was doing it was correct. So, whatever. Wasted a little bit of time there. No biggie. Dude, this headset wire keeps slipping off my lap, and I just feel it every time, and it bothers me. Cut it out. I also feel like I have freaking something in my ear. It's really bothering me. What do you want, Win? Want to say hi to the stream? Say hello, stream. Now you're gonna make my foot fall asleep. Fun. When's this thing gonna shine already? It's crazy. Oh well. Probably never. I'm stuck in a time warp, in a perpetual loop, in a perpetual state of poopery and dookie, right? Right, Win? Dookery, poopery, Doc. Oh my goodness, bro. This game is kind of being a punk. Dude, I swear there was a new Sparkles video. And it like disappeared. Maybe it was an old one and I just recommended an old one to me. Couldn't be the first time.
I was gonna do the fortunately. Just maybe I will be blessed and get like awesome. It wasn't Tomodachi like okay.
I think I already saw this dude's video. Hush, Callie.
Forcing me to sign a contract.
And I'm saving too much money by switching. What's Zipley's endgame here?
Zipley Fiber, starting as low as $50 per month with no strings attached.
Who's ready to see some stadium stopping hair?
Hello everybody, it is me, Flair Blend, and Summer 2026 War Pancake. Okay, alright, so as I said, I have 20 cosmetic cases and 4 War Paint cases. Just so I can keep the joke going of one more case with every unboxing.
What's up, bro?
This season, I decided to just get...
There's a bot in the chat already. All right, let's evict them. How many? All right, there it is. It says possible ban of Vader. I've never seen that before. I mean, I haven't really been paying attention. He's a ban of Vader. Not anymore. Yeah, it gave it like a little special label on it. I've probably banned someone with a similar name before because the bots all repeat the same names but put like different lettering at the end. So that's probably what it is. But, as you can see, this Morgrem will never shine. This is where my life ends. I'll be an old man sitting here with my bowl of oatmeal, still doing resets for this guy. Well, that bot wasn't a hack thing, it was view bots. But, hacking can be for multiple purposes. Trying to convince people that you're the real person and ask them for money. I don't know, man. There's a lot of different reasons, but I don't really get them because it's people from, a lot of the times, people from like third world countries that are really desperate. And they also do it in such like a mass amount using bots and things like that that, you know, they're just hoping to get 1 out of 1,000. They'll make a connection to somebody they can scam or something, who knows. I've had somebody trying to hack my Facebook for like a month now, and I can't reset my password because it just won't let me. It just keeps logging me in instead. It'll be like, punch in this code. Okay, you're logged in now. And I'm like, I'm trying to reset my password, not log in. I'm already logged in. And so I just have to basically keep denying them. They'll try to log in from Singapore or Germany or somewhere in the United States, and I'm just like, no, that's not me. No, that's not me. No, that's not me. And it just spams me with notifications all day. Well, I don't have notifications for it turned on, but when I open Facebook, it's just a whole list of people trying to, or, you know, someone trying to log into my account over and over and over. And it gets pretty old. But they can't get in because I have two-factor and all that fun stuff. But they don't give up. They try different places, different devices, over and over all day, and I'm just like, okay, dude. Waste your time, or your bot's time, or whatever. Like fake leaks? Or are you talking about like third-party games? Me and Theo were thinking about playing Pal World, but I want it to be discounted. But apparently, since they're making money off it and people still buy it, they won't do it. You call regional forms fake mons? Oh, fan made. Okay. Fans are making their own regional forms, you mean? Yeah, I don't delve much into that myself. I'll look sometimes at some of the stuff, like there was some people that made some pretty good alternate Rotom forms that I found when I was just researching other things. There was a I found out that I haven't been able to get my Discord to open lately. I'll like click on it and it just doesn't open. I don't understand what's happening. It just never launches. Maybe I need to reinstall it or something. I'm pretty sure Theo's using it. Okay, I got it to open. I just had to run it as administrator. For some reason, just regularly clicking on it was not doing the trick.
In Pokemon Legends Keldeo, Unova Mischievous is a pure flying-type Pokemon and is based on the Native American Iroquois legend of the Sky Woman, who created the world as we know it. It will sing to people and Pokemon if they are feeling sad. It evolves into Miss Marvelous, who is seen as a mother to many lost Pokemon, taking them in and raising them as her own. Unovan Ariados is a bug and ground-type Pokemon that is based on the Native American spider spirit Digian, who buried its heart in the ground so it cannot be killed. Hence, its abdomen is like a drill. They dig incredible mazes of tunnels with great speed. Ledian evolves into Ledilike, who changes to a bug and fairy type Pokemon. It is graceful yet powerful, and seeing one in the wild is supposed to be a sign of great fortune. Unovan Ponytail is a fire and dark type Pokemon that is based on the Jersey Devil. It lurks in the shadows, then uses their blazing speed to strike from the darkness. It evolves into Unovan Rapidash, who is very territorial.
Yeah, well, it's playing on my
It uses
computer.
their intimidating screeches to scare away anyone who ventures into their domain.
I mean, they're not bad designs, for sure. I think, of all the ideas, I think giving Lediba an additional evolution is probably the best one, but, to be fair, because Lediba's always been bad, but to be fair, a lot of Pokemon players say that, like, there have to be bad Pokemon in order for there to be good Pokemon. Like, there's a purpose to having early game bad Pokemon. It's so that you'll switch them out for better ones as you get further in the game. So, like, those, like, early bug types and normal types and stuff like that, they're just supposed to help you bridge the gap before you get to late game better Pokemon. So you also don't just destroy the whole game with the first Pokemon that you find. So there's like a purpose to it. So it'd be cool to make Lediba better. The unfortunate thing is if you're a big bug Pokemon fan like A-Drive, bug Pokemon and flying Pokemon, specifically the bird type ones, they usually get the shaft. Those are the ones that are always made pretty bad on purpose. So if you like want an actual good Pokemon or good flying bird Pokemon, there's not very many to go around. So that's cool. But yeah, me and Theo were thinking about playing Pal World. I was going to try to talk some friends into playing Pal World with me. I was going to branch out a little bit from Pokemon just so I could play games more socially. Me and Theo are probably going to also play Portal 2 together, stuff like that. Yeah. True. But if if they add 400 Pokemon to a game and then you just beat the game with the first 6 that you find, it doesn't really encourage a whole lot of discovery and stuff like that. I just don't think it's really my style, man. I'm open to a lot of stuff, but I'm also an old man set in my ways. It does depend upon the player. But when I recommend the game to someone, I always tell them, you know, don't just get stuck on the first ones that you find. If you find one that looks cooler, it's cuter, you just want to mess around with it, swap stuff out. Because you have EXP share on your whole team. Leveling up is super easy. You can also farm experience candies in the more modern games and stuff like that. So don't get stuck with the first ones you find. Let your team change and evolve, and it's going to make the whole experience more interesting. It's not good advice for my brother. My brother does dumb stuff. My brother lost to the tutorial of Hearthstone like 25 times. He couldn't beat the tutorial. He was like asking me for advice on how to beat the tutorial. There's some people that need a little bit of direction. Like my family, whenever I encourage them to play a game, I will like hold their hand with it to try to make it more fun for them. So for instance, I tried to get him back into my brother back into Hearthstone, and this is what I did with my dad and my sister as well, because I got them both into playing Hearthstone at one point. I told them, jump on, play the game, you know, do the tutorial, and then once you have a little bit of like stuff farmed, let me know. I'll jump into your profile and I will make you a good deck to mess around with. So I usually would go in, dust all their bad cards, create them like the best deck for what, you know, resources that they have, and then if they're like confused on how to play it, I would jump in and spectate them. I did it with my sister recently, and then she said, well, we're out of the game. Then I told her, I'll guide you through it, I'll spectate you or whatever, you know, we can be on a call together or whatever, and made a couple decks. Played me with them, destroyed, even though I wasn't really trying to roll them over. And he said, I'll mess around with it more later. And then I haven't heard much more from him. But, you know, that's good enough, you know? Like, they're at least humoring me. Talk my friend into playing a game with me, but I don't think he's into the same style of games that I am, so I'm trying to talk him into playing margaritas with me, even though I don't like those types of games. They kind of stress me out. I just want to play like a tabletop campaign online, and he said he doesn't really do that online, but he does play board games online. I said I like board games too. We could do that. Yeah, stuff like that. Just trying to socialize. Hey, Callie. Hey, Callie. We're in an apartment. There's gonna be sound. Gotta rock it if we want. It's okay. Hey. Chill. You're not really listening, are you? Yeah, I think Theo headset. Sure that this spot where it connects is coming. I need to I think I just need to literally run a piece of tape over it or something so it doesn't come loose. Because he keeps rolling it over with the chair, and I think it's starting to make it short out. And it wasn't the most expensive headset in the world, but yeah. I don't want that to ruin my clip when I finally get my shiny. You know, 3.5 years from now. What a disastrous outcome. Eevee. I don't know why they still haven't given Eevee an evolutionary form. I don't know. I gotta think about something that that is cool, but never really had its chance to shine. That what I kind of like actually about what they did with the Paradox Pokemon is they had like these Paradox Pokemon that they gave basically regional forms, but they're insulated within the plot of this one region, so they can never really carry forward into other areas. So they can just have like this whole group of Pokemon that they can make as broken as they want to for whatever competitive meta, and then they can be like, cool, never going to deal with those ever again. I think that's kind of cool. Trying to think of something that'd be cool but wouldn't be like entirely broken. Maybe Heracross and Pinsir. I know they're already pretty good, but they're not like busted. I think Alchemy would probably be a good one to give a Mega form, because it had a G-Max form that would be pretty cool. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think Alchemy would probably be pretty cool with a Mega form. I thought you were talking about like an actual evolution. The thing that makes it good is its ability decorate. I guess someone recently used Alchemy. I think like right near the end of Scarlet and Violet. I could be talking at my butt. But I just remember somebody using a Decorate team, and I don't think any other Pokemon has Decorate. Cast form would be a weird one to try to give an evolution to, just because its base form has so many different types, or so many different forms. Like, would you give an evolutionary form to all of its different alternate weather forms as well? I guess you'd have to. You could evolve into Storm from the X-Men. Might be some copyright issues, though. They could work it out. Pokemon Company's got a lot of money. Carnivore? I think it's called Carnivore. Yeah, that one's always been pretty bad in terms of like stats and competitive and stuff. So yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one to give an evolutionary form for. Did they give that one a Mega? I don't think they did. That'd be another good one to give a Mega to as well. Wind got uncomfortable when I stretched my legs out. Sorry. Sorry, bro. Alright, here's the shiny. About time. What the heck? I thought that would work. It didn't work. Yeah, Sunflora would be a good one too, because it was never good. Actually, most Gen 2 Pokemon were pretty bad. There was like only a handful of them that were like not terrible. Like Ampharos. Ampharos has always been pretty good, and they gave it a Mega Evolution. I think it's smart what they're doing with the regional forms, though. Giving them alternate regional forms to just kind of play around with what they can do and stuff. Because it allows people to be like, oh, that's familiar enough with something that I already like for me not to hate it by default. But people have admitted, actually, recently, I was watching a video where they basically said every new Pokemon that they release is always weird at first until you get used to it. Because the familiarity of a Pokemon is what makes you like it a lot of the times. And when you first see one, you're like, that looks weird, because it looks different than things that I've seen before. You know, and then you have to be like... And then, like, you know, the more you see it, play with it, experience it in the story and stuff, then you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but people never realize that. Like, every time they announce new starters, they're like, those look weird. And then, after very long, they're like, I like the Pom one, or whatever, Pom Pom, or Pom Bon, or whatever it is. Alright. So, I had to go do some laundry because Callie Ralphed on my bed. So, yeah. And the first time I did the laundry, I think I made the load too big and it didn't really get clean and smelled bad. So I had to run it a second time and, yeah. Don't Ralph on my bed, little girl. Yeah. The problem is my freaking dryer's broken, and my apartment's supposed to give me another one, and they ordered it and everything, but the heat element doesn't work, so it literally just blows like room temperature air and tumbles it around. So I have to dry it for like 3 hours before it actually even gets decently dry. Then I have to hang it up for a little bit. But you know, I know in the UK you guys mostly hang your stuff up to dry anyways. I don't even know if you have a dryer. Or maybe that's more of an England thing, I'm not sure. I know that AC is not much of a thing. Which makes sense if you guys don't get super hot, but you haven't been having heat waves over the last couple summers, from my understanding. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I can hardly remember what they look like. I think I only remember the dog one and the gecko one. If I were to guess by looking at it, it looks like the dog one would be fire and normal, which would be kind of boring. It'd be like Lit Leo and Pyroar. And then the gecko one looks like it would be pure water type or maybe water poison. Water poison would be pretty cool actually, but it's hard to tell what the final evolution is going to be because I don't think anyone would have expected Fuecoco to turn into a ghost fire type. And I don't even remember what the grass one looks like. Grass one's pretty forgettable apparently. Yeah, the water, the it's like a little chick with leaf eyebrows. So obviously it'll be grass. It'd be funny if it was grass fighting. So then it's just like the grass version of Blaziken. That would be funny. I'm gonna go with that. Grass and fighting. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're on the same page. Fighting grass. So then it's like the grass Blaziken. Ghost water. Ghost water could be a thing. I do like poison water too. Fairy fire would probably be pretty broken. Anything fairy is pretty broken. So I don't think they're gonna put fairy on a starter. I feel like that's not a thing. Just like how I was gonna say just like how they haven't done Steel Fairy because that would be broken, or not Steel Fairy, but a Steel starter. But they did do a Steel starter with Empoleon. So, but Steel's not as broken as Fairy. Steel's good, like very good, but it's not as broken as Fairy. Fairy's just inherently like better than everything else. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I guess Primarina wasn't completely broken. It was pretty good, and it still gets used now. Yeah, okay, I guess it could be. That was, yeah, I could probably do Fairy Fire then. They have ways of balancing things anyways, because you would think that they could never make a Fairy Steel type Pokemon, but they did with Tinkaton, and they just nerfed it with its move pool, giving its only good like attacking abilities really huge downsides and stuff like that. So they have ways of doing it just by like nerfing it in other ways outside of its typing. It was still good though. My ex-wife used it on her playthrough. I incentivized her to play the game all the way through, giving her rewards all the way through, like different chores and tasks and things I'd buy for her and stuff like that for like beating gyms or Titan Pokemon or whatever. So she ended up like basically 100%ing the game outside of like completing the Pokedex. She hated it, and now that we're not together anymore, she said she'll probably never touch a video game again. Well, I wouldn't say she hated it, but she doesn't really like games that much. She only played games with me as like a way to connect with me. But now that we're not together, she says she's probably never going to touch a game again. In fact, her profile is on my Switch. She has a shiny... She has a shiny Miraidon and Koraidon, because we all went together to GameStop to get the codes. So I'll probably eventually trade off her stuff. And during her playthrough, she found 2 or 3 shinies just on the playthrough. Well, one of them I found when I was trying to set something up for her. She got like a shiny Deerling. Might have just been the Deerling. I know she at least got a shiny Deerling, but I think there was at least one other one. And she would have missed it. I watched her play the game all the way through. So I said, hey, that's a shiny over there. You should go catch it. And she's like, what? And I said, that over there, that's a shiny. And she's like, how do you know? And I said, because I know what they normally look like, and that's different. And then she said, what do I get if I catch it? And I was like, you get a shiny. And she's like, there's no reward for it. I don't get anything extra. And I said, no, I didn't make a reward for that. And she's like, well, that's lame. Why do I even care? And I said, because it's rare. And she's like, I don't care. And I was like, alright, well, whatever. Don't catch it then. And the whole time she was like, I don't know why people find this fun. And I was like, you don't have to. Thanks for humoring me. I also made her play a little bit of Sword and Shield. She didn't go past like the first little bit of the town, and then I think I traded her over Shiny Ponyta because I thought she'd think it's cute and might incentivize her to play the game, and I think it's still just sitting on her profile. I think you'd mentioned that to me before. In that video you showed me there was a couple different Pokemon that were inspired by Native American things in like concept, and I could see them doing something like that. Klefki already kind of looks like a dream catcher almost. It would probably be like a haunted thing or something, like a ghost in ground or something. It's all good. Enjoy your time at the shop. I'll see you around. Hopefully I get the shiny. Then we can move on to another hunt. This one's getting a little bit old. Psychic Fairy, sure, that would work too. Or even grass, because it's like nature-y. So like grass, fairy, grass psychic, something like that. Well, thanks. Don't worry, this will be the one right here. Has to happen sometimes. Why not now? Because it isn't. That's why not. Why not's a Pokemon? Ha!
Cosmetic cases and 4 warpaint cases because I don't really care about any of the warpaints, but I'm just getting them for shits and giggles. Okay. So because I don't care about the warpaints,
Permission to call the shot, like guess on what the results are gonna be.
Oh yeah, sure.
19 barbecue bacon bushes and 1 sour athlete.
All right, well let's test if that's accurate. First I'm gonna open 1 cosmetic case, and then I'm gonna open the warpaint cases because I don't care about them. Barbecue bacon bridge or Zara athlete? No, you're wrong. All right, so we got Sheriff Sniper. And now we're gonna open the warpaint cases, because who cares about warpaints? Not me. Ocean maps. It's alright. Nice, like, altitude lines and stuff. I forget what those are actually called. Ugh. Beachy boy. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's...
They're invoking the Beach Boys for this.
Yeah. How could they do the Beach Boys like that? SMH in my head. Dian Dasher. Well, it looks like somebody died on it.
He's already
Field tested more minimal wear. At least I got a minimal wear. That is commando grid, so I'll take that, I guess. Alright, last war paint. Something good? Sideshow. Sideshow Bob. Sideshow Robert Terwilliger, The Simpsons.
I'm sorry, the correct answer was Sideshow.
Aw, alright, yeah, kinda mid war paints, cosmetic time.
Just
spray, then play. With Spruce. Pet friendly, weed deadly.
It's totally time. You can't wait for a rewind. Rewind. Girls in a time warp say what?
Strange cow transfer tool. And then a, tropical torture. I imagine that's a vacation shirt for Pyro. Barbecue bacon bridges, well there's one. Barbecue bacon burger. It's only then that I remembered, oh yeah, there's a freaking Coach Left 4 Dead set in here at Vested Investors Fest. Say that 5 times fast.
Vested Investors Vest, Vested Investors Vest, Vested Investors Vest, Vested Investors Vest, Vested Investors Vest.
You said fast at the end there.
I assure you that was a vest.
No, I heard vast like twice.
That channeling was your ears, not my mouth.
Fair enough. Standing offer. Well, it's standing. I imagine those are the same set. Funny how I got them back to back. The Unknown Warrior. That's neat. I forget if that's a reference to anything. Yeah, I forget if that's a reference to anything.
My first instinct is that it's a reference to conscript, but also I know basically nothing about conscript, so I have no idea why they're going in that direction.
Deadliest match. I really like that. Oh, it's got different styles too. Style, no beard. I don't know, I like it with the beard better. Like, the beard really makes it.
Really brings the whole room together.
It does. Like, every couch looks good with a beard, you know? Inglorious Patriot. It's pretty alright, I guess. The Night Riders. I think that goes with the long shot.
Most likely, given the Wild West theming.
Unruly Ruler.
Shoulder pad.
Excellent. Strange Bonk Atomic Kicks. This is Strange Assassin Grade. Okay. That's pretty good. Well, it has different styles too. Oh, Sega Bonk would be pretty cool. That is really cool. That is really cool. I really like that.
State sanctioned purple.
Real. Bald Spire. Bald. Barbecue Bacon Britches number 2. Only 17 more to go. Wait, we only have 7 more. Let's at least hope for 1 more.
Only 17 more, and you finally ascend to heaven.
Yes. Well, there's another Vested Investors Fest. Oh, and I just realized I have all the mercenary grades now. That's concerning.
Flavor.
10.
Shiny time for me. Shiny time for free. Give me that shiny. Thanks. Appreciate. Appreciate. It says translated. Is you gonna be sending me something in freaking Japanese or something? Whoa, Win, you're falling! You're falling, Win! I saved you! I saved your life! You could have perished. You could have perished, Win. You didn't, but you could have. What a disaster that would have been. That would have been real sad. Bling, blang, bloom. Blink, blank, blank, bloom.
After my last story, I got an obscene amount of messages, including exactly this one. So many of you sent me screenshots of the
Ooh. Man, it's gotta be nice being a dog. You can just sleep all day and get pets and eat and drink and crap all over the place and nobody really cares that much. They might smack you on the butt, but then you're like, eh. Sounds kinda nice. Ain't gonna lie. Dude, why won't this Pokemon shine? It's crazy. It's being kind of a punk. Wow. Oh, come on, brother. Just give me the purple pants. The purple pants. The purple pants. It's not that much to ask. Just a nice pair of purple pants. So we can move on. We got spoiled. Guess it is what it is. Alright, we're going to be wrapping it up in a minute here, guys. See what happens. Alright, we'll do one more encounter after this. This will be the shiny one. Finally, after over 30 streams. It's kind of nice for it to finally happen right now. Pretty sweet. Oh, weird. I was wrong again. Who knew? I certainly didn't know. Boom. Alright, well thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.